So, Andreja. Hier geht aber auch alles für die Hunde, genau. Alles für die Hunde.
Well, hello, sunshine.
Ich will ins All.
We're on our own again.
Da sollen wir hin.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. That's all we need. Enjoy Neon.
Warum soll ich eigentlich auf Neon? Ah ja, stimmt, weil hier der bei Eugene Tower ist. Mein Gehirn ist ein Fisch. Blub, blub, blub. Forschung und Entwicklung. Tja, jetzt ist die Frage, also wir haben...
is for indulgence and decadence. I am both disgusted and impressed.
Also wir wissen jetzt ja, es wurden Menschenversuche durchgeführt mit Titanlegierung. Die sind schiefgelaufen. Wir machen aber das mit Rotizid. Vertrauen wir jetzt darauf, dass das funktioniert?
I hope we're keeping you busy.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako.
Lieferung geben, hoffentlich alles wie ausgewiesen. Ich erledige immer meinen Job, eher eine Menge Arbeit für so ein bisschen Rotizid. Ja, hoffentlich alles da.
Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC1?
Infinity hat Ekliptik-Söldner angeheuert und die Lieferung zu beschaffen. Ekliptik hat mir bei der Landung den runden Teppich ausgerollt. Ja, Ekliptik kennen wir ja schon, dass das Söldner sind, die man anheuern kann. Wissen wir genau, dass die Ekliptik angeheuert haben? Ja, komm.
Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Rothicite. Were there any survivors?
Nope. Frag zwar, aber ist es dir wirklich wichtig?
Corporate culture may have its ugly side, but that doesn't mean we've lost our humanity. Our moves are strategic and precise, as you should know. The moment we justify the slaughter of innocents is when we go from competitive to criminal.
Warum waren dort keine Wachen stationiert? Waren die Leute völlig ohne Schutz?
Our station on Carone 3A and Consolidated Mining's contract were both confidential. We had no reason to believe they'd be under any threat. Of course, we had no reason to believe we had a mole either.
Nein, aber ich habe dafür gesorgt, dass Ekliptik mit Blut bezahlt hat.
Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic, especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there?
Ja, Infinity, Moment. Erstmal Frage, was mache ich überhaupt hier, wenn du das schon alles weißt?
Our technicians are thorough, but they aren't that thorough. Your ship docking there simply caught their attention is all. But on the off chance it was related to your assignment, they're currently combing through the clinic records as we speak.
Glubscht hat die Lieferung zur Klinik umgeleitet an einen gewissen privaten Vertrag mit der Klinik über einen Sicherheitsflügel. Ja, beides, ne? Aber ich gehe mal auf Kendrick Lane, weil ich weiß ja nicht, ob die ganze Klinik da mit drin hängt.
Dr. Lane? I believe Vina is familiar with his work, specializing in neurosurgery. Were you able to determine what he was doing at the clinic?
Wenn ich es dir erzähle, versprichst du mir dann, dass du es Infinity und Lucas Drexler heimzahlst?
They're going to pay, all right. But if you have something to add to their list of criminal activity, I'll be happy to use whatever fuel you can provide.
Wie legitim ist die Klinik eigentlich? Warum hat sie überhaupt einen Vertrag mit Infinity?
The clinic serves all, but it can't be denied that they require credits to run. In most cases, the clinic is also the best choice for research. Not everyone has the resources to have decent medical facilities like us on site.
Ja. Hat illegal an Menschen experimentiert, um ihren internen Neuro Amp zu perfektionieren.
So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO.
Infinity appears to be on an entirely different level of corruption. It cannot be allowed to continue.
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rotha site secure, it's almost time for us to make our move.
Wie lange wird Wiener brauchen, um den internen Neuro Amp fertigzustellen?
Not long, according to her. She and DeMarcus have everything prepped and ready. I believe it's just a matter of creating the alloy and molding it according to her design.
Ich würde das ja endlich hinter mich bringen. So, das sieht das Infinitys Forschung aber völlig aufgeschmissen. Wir müssen Infinity und Lucas einfach mal alle mal erledigen. Ja.
It certainly is. And it's also time to inform the rest of the board on the current situation. Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.
Wo ist denn Wiener hin?
I have a meeting to prepare for.
Welche Vorstandsmitglieder nehmen denn
The
teil?
board consists of the 7 main officers that run this corporation. Ularu, Lyndon, Genevieve, Alexis, Dalton, and myself will be in attendance. Vina is the only exception, of course. Her work on the internal Neuro Amp takes priority.
Unterscheidet sich Infinity Ltd. Wirklich so sehr von den anderen Konzernen?
Yes. The world of corporate espionage is a complex one to navigate. We prefer to deal in subtlety, gathering information to change a narrative or staying one step ahead. Infinity, on the other hand, has acted out of desperation.
Was möchtest du bei diesem Meeting besprechen?
Dalton will be covering details on the mole, and I'm going to begin detailing out my plans for handling Infinity Ltd. Your presence is mandatory as our main witness, investigator, and operative for the assignment to come. So don't be late.
Okay. Hey, yo.
It's good to see you again.
Nee.
I'm always happy to chat about my work.
Ja, ich auch. Geht's dir gut, Alter? Warum fährt er gegen die Wand? Hallo? Tschüss. Dalton Schmolten.
Good. You're right on time. I re-evaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole.
Uwu.
So this clears Imogen of wrongdoing. Good.
Ich wechsle gerade mein Headset-Akku. Heißt das, dass wir Imogen zurückholen können?
In due time. I'll be reaching out, but right now we need her to remain in hiding.
Ja, dann wird Uwu wohl bezahlen.
Indeed. I've briefed Masako and discussed her plans on handling this. While we both agree Ularu is guilty, we need irrefutable evidence before presenting this to the board. For now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogen was the mole, and the situation was dealt with.
I can understand the need for deception, but it does come at quite a cost.
Ich bin da kein Freund von. Was soll Imogen in der Zwischenzeit machen? Sich weiter verstecken?
Imogen is a resourceful woman. I have no doubt she's in a safe house of her own design. In fact, she probably sees this as a paid vacation. My guess is she's lounging on a couch somewhere, binging all those movies she hasn't had time to watch.
Das kommt mir so unfair vor. Ja.
It's a means to an end. We'll make sure Imogen is properly exonerated and welcomed back with open arms if this plays out our way. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity Ltd. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program, so this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity. So, before you go, I want you to bring that program to me.
Und wenn das Programm, das mir Ularu gibt, achso, nicht weiter verfänglich ist?
Then we'll have to find another way to build a case against Ularu. And it won't be easy.
Uwu hat dich schon mal reingelegt. Und du glaubst, dass du was in diesem Programm finden kannst?
If I can't find hidden code on a single slate, I certainly deserve to be fired. Ularu is limited in what she can hide here. Plus, she'll have no reason to believe anyone will be looking in the first place.
Uwu soll sich selbst zu Fall bringen.
I can't imagine a more satisfying ending. Now, let's attend a meeting.
The meeting. Meeting. Fetter Raum, Alter. Stuhl.
We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogen Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Mir gefällt das nicht.
Well,
Aber gut.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget. The mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives.
Vielleicht sollte ein gewisser jemand das Personal besser im Auge behalten. Ja, wir sind mal hier. Wir decken sollten.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal Neuro Amp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
Aus guter Quelle, ich war die Quelle. Hat in der Klinik illegale Versuche an Menschen durchgeführt. Vergesst nicht, dass Infinity das Personal von Söldnern ermorden hat lassen. Kate Winter wird sie fordern, das Glück, das Drexler Kopf rollt. Ja, vergesst mal nicht hier die Söldner.
Botched human trials and murder for hire? You don't bounce back from that. At least not with Infinity's legal team.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Masako, the internal Neuro Amp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this.
Ich weiß nicht. Ja, ich bin bereit.
Good. I can tell Vina is going to enjoy working with you. Vina will be waiting for you in the Neuro Amp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
Okay, ab zu Wiener. Jetzt kriege ich einen Chip implantiert. Geil.
My career will be over if this deal falls.
Oh, meine Karriere. Oh, 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 meine Karriere. Oh. Halt's Maul.
Okay. Hello.
Marvin. Moment. Was geht, Marvin? Ein schön Howdy.
Measurements are right. Anesthesia always makes me nervous.
Quit worrying. I've already checked them 4 times.
Hey there.
Ja, hi. Bohr mir in meinen
Here's
Kopf.
my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey.
Aha. Was genau macht denn dieser interne
The
Neuro Amp?
internal Neuro Amp is basically the next leap in our line of influential amplifiers. It gives the user dominion over a less dominant target, meaning you can heavily influence another person's thoughts and actions.
Und ist diese Art von Einflussnahme dann überhaupt legal?
Technically, that remains to be seen. It's not legal, but those decisions will be left up to a higher power who is neither you nor me.
Mhm. Ich bin kack und mir geht es gut. Was? Okay. Was? Na, immerhin geht's dir gut. Ja, okay.
The risk mitigation alone will be completely worth it. So, are you ready to get started?
Bist du wirklich qualifiziert, so eine Operation durchzuführen?
Neurosurgery is my specialty. I've performed more operations than I can count on a wide variety of brains. So I like to think that I'm wildly overqualified. Really, I could do this in my sleep.
Krieg mir bitte nicht das hin.
Oh, don't worry. That's not on the agenda. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal Neuro Amp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured.
Und was sind so die Risiken?
There's little to no risk, assuming your brain is typical and you don't have any adverse reaction to the anesthesia. First sign of trouble, we back out and start evaluating other candidates.
Wirklich sehr beruhigend, Witze über eine bevorstehende OP zu machen.
You're gonna be fine. All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
If this has not all been a horrible miscalculation, then we will speak again soon.
I am not permitted to perform medical practices without human oversight.
All right, let's get this party started.
Gute Nacht. Erstmal speichern. Was geht?
Well, well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing.
Kann man jetzt auch eine Narbe am Hinterkopf sehen? Sieht nicht so aus.
Hey there.
Ja, hi. Du bist so tot.
So, how are you feeling? You look good?
Game over. Spiel ist vorbei. Muss neu anfangen. Heißt das, die Prozedur war ein Erfolg?
Huge success. No surprises, no signs of rejection. You were the ideal subject. Now, we just keep our fingers crossed and hope no unknown side effects come creeping in later.
Scheint alles
That's
wie immer.
exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal Neuro Amp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation.
Wie lange denn?
Let's just say it varies based on the user. Some people have greater mental capabilities than others, which would increase the duration.
Okay.
Great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says.
Alles klar. Ist er nicht einer deiner Top-Leute? Du willst wirklich sein Leben riskieren?
Our preliminary testing was rigorous enough that there's little to no risk involved here. The biggest unknown was finding the perfect compatible alloy for the implant. We've had the tech itself working externally for quite some time.
Jo, mal
That's
sehen.
the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
Warning. This unit is not suited for addressing mental health concerns.
Drücke F, um deinen Scanner zu öffnen und die Person auszuwählen, die du manipulieren willst. Drücke E, um deinen sozialen Skills aufzurufen und wähle manipulieren. Hast du eine Person manipuliert, wählst du das Objekt oder die Person, mit dem bzw. der sie interagieren soll. ...30 Sekunden lang. Manipulieren. Versuch fehlgeschlagen. Und wie... Ah, okay. Kann ich das jetzt benutzen lassen? Oh, das ist voll nice. Ich weiß nicht, wie oft ich das benutzen werde. Okay. Viel mehr kann ich aber nicht machen lassen. Das ist die Schlüsselkarte. Warte mal, und finde einen Weg, was? Finde einen Weg, die Tür zu öffnen. Schlüsselkarte. Warum? Das ist irgendwie weird. Okay, jetzt muss ich ihn neu... Okay. Jetzt muss ich ihn neu manipulieren wieder. Also ich kann nicht... Okay. Das ist schon übel, Alter. Was kannst du jetzt? Ich kann ihn jetzt manipulieren. Ich kann ihn jetzt quasi steuern. Also ich kann ihm sagen, er soll die Karte nehmen und mir die Tür aufmachen.
Oh my God.
Und dann tut er das auch.
What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
Ich hoffe nicht für dich.
Trying to sneak a peek at the latest research?
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects?
Ich weiß nur nicht, ob ich das so häufig im Spielverlauf benutzen werde. Aber an sich eigentlich schon cool. Kriege ich eine Entschädigung, wenn ich Nebenwirkungen spüre?
Well, I'd leave that up for Alexis and Lyndon to decide. Compensation's not really my thing.
Das war viel zu einfach. Technik... Digga, eigentlich sollte das wirklich verboten werden. Du kannst halt einfach andere Leute kontrollieren.
Well, luckily that isn't up for you to decide. I hope you know, you're talking about banning my life's biggest accomplishment.
I'd even go as far as to call it the settled system's biggest accomplishment. That's something Ryujin isn't going to let go of easily. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech.
Und wenn ich dich benutzt hätte, um jemanden umzubringen? Alter, geht das? Das wäre voll fett.
Those are the kind of edge cases that I let the board work out. Obviously, tech like this is going to come with its fair share of red tape.
Hat es sich nicht übergriffig angefühlt?
Not at all. But I can imagine if I experienced disorientation like that, but regained my awareness in another room.
Ja,
it could be a bit jarring.
Könnte merkwürdig sein.
Be running some more tests in the future, though. So many situations to account for.
Ich würde mich niemals an anderer Leute Marionette wohlfühlen. Nee.
Maybe that's the beauty of it. You'd never know. Besides, the Neuro Amp isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
If you are free soon, could we talk?
Ja, Moment.
Masako told me about imaging. It's completely irrational, right? I think I'll be processing this one for a long time.
Warst du überhaupt sicher, dass ich die Neuro Amp Operation heil überstehen würde?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course I wasn't. Nothing in science is absolute. I had a hypothesis that you'd be alright, which we proved correct via experimentation. The perfect scientific process. The seamless integration of my internal neuroamp into your brain structure is the happy consequence of that experiment.
Welchen Einsatzzweck hast du dir denn vorgestellt, als du den Neuro Amp entwickelt hast?
It wasn't so much the intention as the challenge it represented. Masako actually proposed the idea, citing numerous advantages for Ryujin. I couldn't resist. I'm sure you were hoping for a higher calling within that story, but it's really the complexity and challenge that motivated me to do it.
Wie fühlt es sich an, dass der interne Neuro Amp endlich funktionsfähig ist?
It's so satisfying. Not only that, it's like this incredible tension has been lifted off my shoulders. I guess I never realized how much my drive to complete it affected me.
Hast du überhaupt nicht bedacht, welche Konsequenzen der interne Neuro Amp nach sich ziehen könnte?
Every now and then. I understand the dangers, which is why I also came up with the shielding mod. But there's a lot of tech out there we use every day that has plenty of dangerous implications. This is why I leave repercussions for people like Masako and Alexis to figure out. Stop by my office next time you're in the tower, okay?
So,
I wanted to
Andreja.
thank you for giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under, unusual circumstances.
Ja.
You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them?
Warum fragst du nicht with us, sondern with them? Ist nicht sonderlich gut, aber die Leute sind in Ordnung. Ich denke langsam, ich wäre vielleicht lieber bei meinem Job geblieben. Es ist auf jeden Fall etwas ganz Neues für mich. Ich würde eigentlich gerne was Positiveres sagen, aber Bezahlung, aber die Leute sind in Ordnung, die Leute sind mehr als in Ordnung. Also, hier ist was Neues.
I think none of us were expecting what we have found. Well, perhaps Matteo. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation?
Wenn du das fragst, hast du vermutlich das Gefühl, dass du es nicht tust?
No, I do not. But I find it hard to quantify. Many of the other members are polite, but distant. I worry that my background and my actions concern them. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death.
Deine Vergangenheit scheint dich nicht groß zu verstören. Manchen Menschen fällt es schwer, das Unbekannte zu akzeptieren. Getan, was du musstest. Klingt spaßig. Klingt spaßig. Ja. Nicht unbedingt. Na, manchen Menschen fällt es schwer, das Unbekannte.
I know. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite.
Ich kann mit ihr flirten. Aber ich bin doch schon verheiratet. Hast du mal versucht, mir Witze zu erzählen? Was ist das für eine dämliche Frage,
Jokes
Alter?
do not come naturally to me. Not the way they do to others. If I try, it only makes things awkward.
Du hast mich unterstützt. Das ist alles, was... Ja.
Of course. You have given me an opportunity the others have not. Perhaps I just need more time. I know this seems trivial. Perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this. By a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense?
Ich war auch immer... Jeder liebt mich, also hatte ich nie Schwierigkeiten, irgendwo dazu zu gehören. Ja, ich bin auch schon, ja.
And yet here we are, working together. And that has, I think, gone very well. Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet. I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. I know that you said you wouldn't, but it is still a relief. I would like my contributions to Constellation to amount to more than violence.
Jetzt bist du mir verschuldigt. Hoffentlich wüsste ich, dass ich nichts sage. Ja, es war die richtig.
Indeed it was. And now I hope you can see why. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me.
Okay.
We don't get a lot of visitors up here.
Kann ich Andresha auch steuern? Nein, okay. Aber ich kann die Wache manipulieren. Guck dir mal den Erste-Hilfe-Kasten an. Wird der gleich verhaftet, weil er stiehlt? Oh. Wird er anscheinend nicht. Schade. Kann ich ihn nicht mehr machen jetzt? Ich scheine ihn nicht mehr machen zu können. Techniker. So, manipulieren. Hol mir die Taschentücher. What the fuck? Was ist denn mit ihm passiert? Aber ich habe jetzt die Taschentücher nicht bekommen. Okay, keine Ahnung. Aber das wäre eigentlich voll geil, weil dann kann ich andere Leute für mich stehen lassen. Aber ich kann jetzt nicht sagen, du untersuchen. Was bringt untersuchen? Das macht dieser Charakter nicht. Ist ja langweilig. Also ich manipuliere ihn gerade noch, aber ich kann nichts tun. weiteres mit ihm.
Good, you're
Hallo.
here. I wasn't sure how accurate Vina's promise of no downtime was going to be.
Let's just hope her promise of no brain damage holds true as well.
Ah ja.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal Neuro Amp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries.
Hauptsache er landet hinter Gittern.
It's good to know we're of the same mind on this one. All right. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity Ltd. You have two options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you.
Nehme ich wirklich an diesem Meeting teil?
Of course not. The meeting is just a legitimate way in. Once inside, you'll be led to a waiting room where your host will be running late. That's your opportunity to make your way to either the executive floor or R&D.
Was sind die Vorteile von Option A gegenüber Option B?
Option A, you need to remain under the radar the entire time. Option B, you have a slight cover that may give you the opportunity to talk your way to your objectives.
Ich würde sagen, wir machen Option B.
Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have three targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse. So I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
Wie weit komme ich mit der Identität rein, die ihr mir besorgen wollt?
You'll only have free range on the marketing floor. Infinity may be cheap, but they know at least some level of security is needed in this business.
Okay, dann bringt mir das hier gar nicht so viel. Ja, das ist ganz schön viel.
Nothing a good operative can't manage. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd., all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal Neuro Amp.
Was ist mit den Leuten, die davon wissen? Zum Beispiel Lucas selbst?
Anyone who comes forward to defend Lucas would be prosecuted as either aiding or being an accessory to these crimes. They all know career suicide when they see it. As for Lucas himself, if he wants to speak up and add corporate theft to his laundry list of crimes, fine. But who's going to believe him?
It is best to keep the public unaware of such a device.
If the media were to draw their own conclusions, I'm certain they'd just create a panic among people. Controlling the narrative is of the utmost importance.
Understood.
No, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. In fact, unless they're a master at being one with the shadows, I'd suggest you leave your friend behind. Lower the risk. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail.
Das wäre doch nice. Wo ist der Computer denn?
If the information Simon provided is accurate, you can reach the control systems through a computer located in the maintenance area. It's a pretty convenient stop if you enter in through the roof access.
Auf wen muss ich denn noch aufpassen, wenn alle Zivilisten raus sind?
I'm told security has masks to handle the situation, so the guards will still be stationed in the building. It's also possible they'll activate their building's defense system as well. You may run into a few automated turrets, so you'll still want to try and stay out of sight.
Ja, also entweder habe ich weniger Leute oder ich krieg Geschütztürme. Nee, entweder habe ich mehr Leute oder ich krieg Geschütztürme. Naja. Wir ziehen es vielleicht in der Weg.
I'd highly advise you use it. This assignment isn't the time to test your abilities. The only thing you're out there to prove is that you can get this job done. We're also issuing you an operative suit. It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible.
Die Kinder hinterher, die werden nie merken, dass ich da war. Den hätte ich schon lange gebraucht. Steige ich damit offiziell zum Agent mit Senior-Status auf?
Please, you're an exception. But we can talk promotion after you pull off this assignment.
Ja, die werden nie merken, dass ich da war.
That's what we're hoping for. If you can pull this off, even I'll be impressed.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no mention of Ryujin or who you are. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story.
Okay. Und wenn David Barron der Sache nicht glaubt?
It doesn't matter what he believes. David's first move will be to verify the information you provide. Once he receives confirmation, which he will, he'll see it as his duty to report the news.
Also gebe ich das Overseer-Programm an David Barron?
Ularu assured me it's safe.
The Overseer program will purge itself once its primary function is complete. The only thing left on that slate will be proof of Infinity's crimes.
Ja, ich kümmere mich.
Good. I guarantee the moment he scratches the surface on that story, he'll have a broadcast sent to every system. So, any final questions before you go?
Keine Ahnung. Wie frei kann ich mich mit einer falschen Identität bei Infinity LTD bewegen? Das haben wir ja schon. Das ist halt auf der einen.
You'll be restricted to the marketing floor. An appointment is not a free pass.
Wie kann ich den internen Neuro Amp zu meinem Vorteil nutzen?
You have the ability to manipulate others. If someone's in your way, you could get them to move. If someone has a key card, that means you have a key card. The possibilities here are really up to you.
Die Aufgaben, ja. Und was für Security, das wurde mir ja auch schon gesagt. Also, ja.
Good luck, and be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
Here's Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access, so that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up, Skylar Lumen.
Zum Fick ist Skylar Lumen.
Get in there, and let's show in...
Okay. Inventar, neue Items. Helmtarnung. Ja, gut. Bis 25% schwerer zu entdecken. Okay. Sneaky.
Infinity, what happens when they mess with Ryujin Industries?
Was habe ich nochmal für eine Kraft aktiviert? Genau. Da kann ich dann sehen, wo die Leute sind.
Ryujin certainly spared no expense on the exec floor.
Ja, wenn du das sagst. Aber ich sollte jetzt nochmal zu David vorher, ne?
Ryujin CEO is no joke.
Hallo?
Do you have the program?
Nicht David. Was? Tu, was du tun musst. Ja, hier ist das. Ich hoffe, du findest die Beweise. Time ist dir schon mal entgangen. Ja, ich hoffe, du findest die Beweise.
I'm certain Ularu won't pass up this opportunity. So, let's take a look. Aha. The decryptions hit a snag. There's definitely something here. This is exactly what we needed. According to this code, Ularu intended to plant false evidence that would show Masako was working with Lucas. The moment you launched the Overseer program, a series of fabricated communication files would have been uploaded to the Infinity Ltd network. One of them even frames Masako for encouraging Lucas to push for early human trials.
Now all that is left is to decide what to do with this information.
I'm going to copy the necessary files off this slate and issue you a new one. I want to keep this one intact, so Ularu can't dispute it. All right. Now, we finally have the evidence we need to prove Ularu's guilt.
Then it is time we use it.
Ularu wollte mich ausnutzen, um falsche Beweise gegen Masako ins Spiel zu bringen.
There's no doubt. Should you have even noticed the upload, the program itself is designed to ignore any stop commands. It would have been too late. Yes. And had you not brought this program to me in the first place, you would have been the one planting the false evidence. Without that falsified evidence, Ularu is in for a big surprise. I fully expect she'll be eagerly awaiting SSNN's broadcast, anticipating Masako to be accused alongside Lucas Drexler. Here's the new slate with the revised Overseer program. Let's get this assignment finished the right way.
Okay. New Atlantis, it is. Hast du noch was jetzt?
Good luck.
Ja.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you about the importance of this assignment.
Irgendwelche Tipps für diesen Auftrag. Wie hat Ularu nochmal das Overseer-Programm benutzt? Nee, das wissen wir doch. Sollte ich irgendwas über dieses Skyline Lumen... Achso, das ist mein Name.
We left the details vague, so you can fill in what you like.
Ach so.
The only knowledge Infinity has is that you are the CEO of a small startup company called Lumen Interactive.
Irgendwelche Tipps?
Do whatever you can to remain undetected on this assignment. You now have the internal Neuro Amp at your disposal. So I suggest you use it.
Okay.
Don't cause any trouble.
Ja, schwuppdiwuppdi, Alter. Ja. Also auch wenn ich mich dann nur auf der Marketingabteilung herumtreiben darf, würde ich das, glaube ich, trotzdem erstmal angehen. Weil dann kann ich mich zumindest auf der Etage schon mal vernünftig umgucken. Und irgendwie Schlüsselkarten oder sonstiges mitnehmen. Oder mir gute Zugangspunkte suchen. Warum habe ich eigentlich keine Schnellreise zu meinem Schiff gemacht? Er weiß es nicht.
Greetings, Captain.
Ja, Grüße. Oh, dann können wir jetzt aber nochmal eine Mod installieren. Das freut mich. Dann können wir jetzt aber noch mal eine Mod installieren. In dem Anzug oder dem Helm. Dann haben wir die Aufgabe auch gemacht. Anzugwerkbank. Wait, können wir nicht. Ach so, das ist gar nicht mein Anzug, das ist... Oder? Nee, das ist, okay, okay. Verstehe. Das ist Kleidung. Das ist eigentlich nice, dass das dann Kleidung ist. Ich meine, ist jetzt natürlich, jetzt kann ich natürlich das nicht, ne? Verbessern, aber 10% Überzeugungschance. Ja. Ja.
You know me so well, Dad. So, what do you say?
Space. Mit Space kommt man in den Space. Schön. Erstmal voll durch die Stadt heizen.
Looks peaceful from up here, doesn't it?
Oh ja. Alpha Centauri. Ab nach New Atlantis. Miau.
The chords are right on the money.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Fertig machen. Beautiful day. Nice Atlantis.